What's going on, everyone? Burbank Aviation here, and welcome back to another video. Today we have the February 2025 Windsor Locks International Airport update for you guys. We have a very exciting airport update to go over here with a new route starting service, lots of aircraft changes, and all sorts of stuff to go over here in today's video. Really hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it really help me out. But anyways, let's just get started. We're going to start down over here in the cargo section, starting right here with this UPS 767-300. This guy's going to be heading on over to Louisville after arriving in from Ontario. UPS sending those 767s to both those destinations. You also get some 757s over to Chicago, Rockford, and then some A300s over to Louisville and Chicago as well. So very cool to see that there for UPS. I got this FedEx 767-300 right here. He's going to be heading on over to Memphis after arriving in from Indianapolis. Both the services get the 767, and then they occasionally get a few A300s on that. So that is very cool to see that right there. And then you got this UPS 757-200. This guy's taxiing at the runway for the flight on over to Chicago Rockford today. That is on the turnaround service there for UPS. Got this JetBlue A320, get a bit of a closer shot here. JetBlue A320 in the barcode tail. This guy is currently taking off. I don't have the runways memorized here. I really should work on that. JetBlue A320 taking off. This guy's going to be heading on over to Fort Lauderdale after arriving in from San Juan. Fort Lauderdale is getting right around a 3 daily, going down to 2 daily on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but still very nice to see that right there. San Juan is running at a solid 2 daily, so very, very nice to see it there from JetBlue. Now we're going to get on over to our terminal section here, sitting here in Gate 1 with the Spirit A320neo. He's going to be doing the turnaround service on over to Fort Lauderdale today. Fort Lauderdale, our only service running currently, flying as a 1 daily A320, so very nice to see that there for Spirit. Got this JetBlue A320 here in the mint colors. This guy's going to be heading on over to Fort Myers after arriving in from Tampa. Tampa is flying as a 2 daily, getting 2 of these A320s. Fort Myers, the same, another 2 daily service right there. Got this JetBlue A320-300. This guy's gonna be heading on over to Orlando after arriving in from West Palm Beach. Very, very cool to see this A220 in here. Orlando flying a 4 daily, getting 3 A320s and then 1 of these A220s. And then West Palm Beach flying 3 daily, getting 1 of these A220-300s and 2 A320s. So very cool to see that right there for JetBlue. Frontier, another airline that's been doing pretty well out of here as of recently. This A320 is going to be heading on over to Miami. That is our new service. He arrived in from Orlando. Miami is flying 2 weekly right now, Sunday and Thursday. From what I've seen, it is mainly on that A321, but I think a few A320s have been in there as well. That started on February 13th, so very cool to see that here for Frontier. And you also have Orlando, that is on a 1 daily A320, so very, very cool to see that right there for Frontier. I'm going to spin around here real quick to get a few of these Delta aircraft. Starting right here with this Delta 737-9GR. He's going to be doing the turnaround service on over to Atlanta Horsfield Jackson International Airport. Very standard service here for Delta. That is running anywhere from 4 to 6 daily, getting mainly 6 daily. And then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays go down to 5 daily, and then the weekends going down to 4 daily. So kind of anywhere from 4 to 6 daily throughout the week. Still very nice, all in the 737-9GR, so that's very cool to see that for Delta. Got this Delta 717 here. This guy's going to be doing the turnaround service on over to Minneapolis, St. Paul today. Minneapolis is flying mainly 2 daily, getting 1 of these daily 717s, and then on the weekdays, you get a daily A320 to go along with that. It doesn't come in on the weekends, but very, very cool to see that there for Delta. And then we got this Delta A319 right here. This is going to be covering our last route on over to Detroit for us today. Detroit is flying mainly 3 daily, getting 2 717s and a daily A319, and then you lose one of those 2 717 flights there on the weekends, but still very, very nice to see that there from Delta. All right, now we're going to be moving kind of over into the gates on this back side of this first concourse. I got this Avila 77-800. This guy's going to be heading on over to Punta Cana after arriving in from Daytona Beach. Punta Cana, that is our new service that starts this month, 2 weekly, Monday and Friday service. That starts on February 21st. So that is very cool to see that right there. And then Daytona Beach running the same 2 weekly there. All of our services currently 2 weekly. You have Cancun, Montego Bay running Wednesday, Saturday. You also have Concord running Monday, Friday as well. And then you have Wilmington, North Carolina, I'm pretty sure, running Sunday, Thursday. So very cool to see that there for Velo. They did end 2 of those routes. It was Houston and Lakeland. Those have ended. So that definitely sucks to see. Velo still has 6 routes out of here though, so we'll see how those perform here in the coming months. Southwest 77-700, Heart 1 livery winglets. This guy's pushing back for the flight on over to Baltimore after arriving in from Chicago Midway. Baltimore is running about a solid 5 daily. Chicago Midway running about 2 daily. Does go down to 1 daily on Saturdays, though. Very nice to see that here from Southwest. Got the Kenya Blue Retro 77 Max 8. This guy's going to be heading on over to Tampa after arriving in from Orlando. Tampa is flying once a day, going up to 2 daily on Saturdays, while Orlando is flying twice a day, but goes up to 3 daily on Saturdays. And you have the 77-700 here for Southwest in these split scimitars. He's going to be heading on over to Nashville after arriving in from Fort Myers. Nashville is a 1 daily. Fort Myers, a Saturday-only seasonal service that we had. I think that just came back this month, so very cool to see that there. You also have Denver as a 1 daily there for Southwest, but very, very cool to see the service back here to Fort Myers. Now moving on over here into the second concourse, you have this United 77-900DR. This guy's going to be heading on over to Washington Dulles on the turnaround service. Washington Dulles is right around a 4 daily, seeing the Commu Air E145 one today, at least 1 daily E175 here from Mesa, and then a couple 737s, both the Max 8 and the Dash 900. Trying to figure out a place we can set the camera down. United 77 Max 8 right here. This guy's going to be heading on over to Chicago O'Hare. On the, actually, was it Chicago O'Hare? Yeah, it was Chicago O'Hare on the turnaround service. There we go. Chicago is running mainly 3 daily. Kind of goes back and forth between 2 and 3 daily. Seeing a Skywest E175, A319, A320, a 737 Max 8, and 737-900DR. Got the American A321 here in the Medal of Honor livery. This guy's going to be heading on over to Charlotte on the turnaround service. Charlotte is a 5 daily, getting 2 A319s, 1 A320, and 2 A321. So very cool to see that there from American. Got this 737-800. This guy's going to be heading on over to Dallas after arriving from Miami. Both those services are now, both those services are on the 737-800. So very cool to see that 1 daily for both those. But Miami, you actually do get a 2nd daily flight. On Saturdays, you get an additional Republic E175. So that's very cool to see. They're very consistent for both those services right there. Got this American A319. This guy's going to be heading on over to Washington Reagan on the turnaround service. There we go. Washington Reagan mainly running 6 daily, getting 3 PSA CRJ-700s, a Republic E175, and 2 A319s. And then on Saturday, going down to 4 daily, you lose one of those CRJ flights, and then you lose the E175 flight as well. Got this NetJets Bombardier Challenger 300. This guy's taxiing out to the runway for the flight on over to we'll say Roanoke after arriving in from Rapid City. A little bit backlit here, but we do have this American Eagle E145. This guy's going to be doing the Philadelphia turnaround service as always. Very cool to have this service here. Philadelphia is running right around 2 daily, getting 2 of these Piedmont E145s, but on Saturday it goes up to 3 daily, getting an additional PSA CRJ-700. Got the American 77-800 right here. This guy's going to be doing the turnaround service on over to Chicago O'Hare for us today. Chicago O'Hare is getting right around 3 daily, getting 2 Republican 75s and then one of these 737-800s. On Saturdays, you lose one of those 2 Republican 75s, but still very nice to see that there for American. Right there, you got the Frontier A320 Neo in the Popular Prairie Dog livery. This guy's currently taxiing over to his gate after arriving in from San Juan. He'll be continuing on over to Atlanta for us today. San Juan is a 1 daily. Atlanta is flying twice a week on Mondays and Fridays, so very cool to see that there for Frontier. Now moving on over here into the Breeze gates. We're going to start with this A220-300 there on the top left of your screen. This guy's going to be heading on over to Norfolk after arriving in from Jacksonville. Both those services fly 4 times a week. Norfolk is Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday. Jacksonville is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So very cool to see those services there for Breeze. And then on the right, you have this Breeze E195. He's going to be heading on over to Charleston after arriving in from Raleigh-Durham. Charleston is a 1 daily, kind of splitting between the E190 and A220-300. The E190 coming in on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. A220 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Raleigh-Durham is a 6 weekly, flying every day except Tuesday. The E195 taking the Wednesday and Saturday flights. The A220 taking Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday. So very cool to see the E190 still making its presence in here. I'm going to keep putting it in until they retire it, or at least pull it out of commercial service, which is, I think, going to happen this year. I think in the next 6 months or so. So definitely sucks, but I want to use this model while I still can. And then finally, or not finally, you got this Breeze A220-300 here pulling into, that is gate 22. After arriving in from Vero Beach, he's going to be continuing on over to Fort Myers. Vero Beach is flying 5 weekly this month. Very cool to see that every day except Sunday and Thursday. While Fort Myers is a 1 daily service. Very, very cool to see that there for Breeze. And then you got this United 77-800. This guy's going to be heading on over to Denver on the turnaround service. Denver is a 2 daily, getting 1 1819 and then one of these 77-800s. So very cool to see United doing well there out to Denver. Houston, that was supposed to, it just kept getting delayed. We were supposed to have I think it was a seasonal E175 flight to Houston. That is no longer going to happen from what I've seen. Definitely sucks. Maybe they'll attempt to try it again in the future, but I mean, I'm not optimistic. And then I highly doubt they'll try something out to Newark, like even an E145. I highly doubt. I mean, they're ending Providence, and this airport's a little bit bigger than Providence, but Providence is also farther, so I highly doubt they'll try something out to Newark. But we'll see how they expand out here in the future. And then this is the final aircraft here. You got this Bombardier Challenger 300. This is a privately owned one. He's going to be heading on over to Los Angeles after arriving in from Montreal, Canada. All right, so we have so much news to go over here in today's video. I mean, this is probably it's about 2.5 pages worth of news, at least with the way I write it down. So a lot of news to go over here in today's video. We're going to start here with Spirit. That Fort Lauderdale service is now up to a 1 daily from a 4 weekly. So very nice to see that increase there for Spirit. Frontier, got a little bit of news here. Tampa, that service has been suspended. Not sure when that's going to come back. Orlando, though, that is up to a 1 daily from a 4 weekly, so glad to see that increase right there. And then you had Miami that began on February 13th as a 2 weekly, so very, very cool to see that there for Frontier. Now moving on over here to Southwest, You have Tampa that is up to 2 daily on Saturdays from 1 daily, so another weekly flight right there. Same thing with Orlando, 3 daily on Saturdays, up from 2 daily. So another weekly flight there, and then Nashville up to a 1 daily from 6 weekly. So a few small changes, but still very awesome to see right there. American got a bit of news here. Dallas is now on the 77-800 that was on the A321. So that's very cool to see right there. And then Miami, that is up getting that 2nd daily flight on Saturdays now. So we weren't getting that flight last month, so very, very cool to see that right there. Now we're going to move on over here to JetBlue. JetBlue has quite a bit of news to go over here. Fort Lauderdale, that is now up to a 19 weekly from a 2 daily, so another 5 weekly flights there for Fort Lauderdale. Very cool to see that right there. Orlando up to a 4 daily from 19 weekly, so was shy of 3 daily, getting that or losing that 3rd daily flight on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but now is up to a 4 daily. No more A321, but it is still very cool to see this up to 4 daily here for JetBlue, the highest it's been while I've been doing this airport. West Palm Beach is up to a 3 daily from 2 daily, so very, very good increases here for JetBlue. And then Fort Myers up to a 2 daily from 12 weekly, so another 2 weekly flights right there for JetBlue. And then Breeze just has an absolute insane amount of news here. Lots of good news here, some bad news, but mainly good news here. Tampa up to a 3 weekly from 2 weekly. Charleston up to a 1 daily from 4 weekly. Jacksonville up to a 4 weekly from 2 weekly. Raleigh-Durham is up to a 6 weekly from 4 weekly. Vero Beach up to a 5 weekly from 4 weekly. Sarasota is up to a 5 weekly from 3 weekly. You have Fort Myers that is up to a 1 daily from 5 weekly. Myrtle Beach, huge jump, up to 6 weekly from a 2 weekly. Orlando up to a 4 weekly from 3 weekly. Phoenix up to a 3 weekly from 2 weekly. And then you had 2 services begin on February 13th. I didn't go over these. Daytona Beach and Wilmington, North Carolina. Both those services began on February 13th with a 2 weekly A220. I'm assuming to compete with Avilo, who operate both those services. Both the services fly on Sunday and Thursday. So very interesting to see the competition heating up here between Breeze and Avilo. I know it is in New Haven as well. But very, very cool to see that. Lots of big additions here. Breeze and JetBlue definitely had the biggest gains here this month. Really looking forward here to the next upcoming months. We have some new routes here starting soon. So I am looking forward to this a lot. Really looking forward to the progress we can gain out of the airport. Really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, as really help me out. Really close to 2,100 subscribers, so I would appreciate that if y'all could help me out. Gonna get my first YouTube payment here in the next few weeks or so, I think. So really looking forward to that. All the money I make on this channel is going to go back into the channel. And I think I know what I'm going to spend that money on, or at least I have an idea. We'll see how it turns out. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it really helped me out. And I will see you all in the next one.